Blaise. I've actually got a working game setup going. Here, let me show you. Poop. There. Also, unfortunately, unlike in fiction publishing, it seems you have to pay to have your paper published and peer-reviewed, and the cost can run into thousands of dollars just for one publication. When they trigger, they drop pearls, and you collect them. So, my biggest thing this month was getting to do Blaise's Living Line Animation Bootcamp. Also had to shoot live-action references of ourselves doing the actions in our shots. So I did that with my backpack removal, and shock, it was a huge improvement. Hello everyone. I'm trying to learn how to be funnier, because the more I make these things, the more I'm like, bro, you are so depressing. I'm listening to an audiobook called The Comedy Bible by Judy, and I'm probably gonna buy a paper copy. It's just got a lot of really helpful ideas on how to turn your serious and depressing thoughts into jokes. Good news for me, because writing comedy hinges on being authentically sad about stuff. So why not do that and have more fun in life? Alright, on to grad school. Grad school's going well. We're coming up on finals for fall now. For my informal learning class, which is my elephant meeting experience, I've actually got a working game setup going. Here, let me show you. Poop. There. So I bought the Gaia Procedural Worlds add-on for Unity, along with this elephant model and the anim controller that goes with it. Thank you, Malbers. I don't know you, but this is saving me so much time in school. I was pretty stoked to see it already had some AI built into it too. I started doing a tutorial that talks about pulling together an artificial neural network and figuring out how to put some machine learning into the game. It's a lot to learn, but my teacher is awesome and has basically given us the rest of the semester to just work on our projects. So I get to spend a few weekends figuring out how to animate the elephant and to program the AI elements for it. Oh, and write a paper. There's a paper due with it. We actually talked about publishing papers in class and getting grants. Since this is a master's program, I guess that's a thing we can do. It's a heckin' lot of work. Like, grant applications is half my teacher's job. She said it takes her 6 to 12 weeks just to get one application ready. It's kind of like writing and reviewing a short story for publishing, I think. Shorter than a novel, but still fraught. Not to mention writing a thorough paper with citations, making a working software program, designing a research study that's meaningful and not BS, because there's a lot of just fluff out there. Also, unfortunately, unlike in fiction publishing, it seems you have to pay to have your paper published and peer-reviewed, and the cost can run into thousands of dollars just for one publication. Like, first you have to have the cash to be in school in order to get publishing opportunities. Then you have to pay a fee to publish. Then you have to have enough time in your life to accommodate working on scientific research, which usually isn't paid, while, I don't know, working a corpo job, teaching. I mean, it feels like full-time research is a thing only rich people can do without having to worry about, like, food. The more I go to school and learn history, the more I think, like, if you really think about it, in the 19th century, the founding folks of science were all rich people who didn't have to work either. Not much has changed. I'm taking it a bit easier for my programming class for the next assignment since I messed up so much by not realizing how long my previous one would take. But I'll show you this as well. I'm doing an animation experience where you trigger these dragons to animate with your annoying little bug animation thing. When they trigger, they drop pearls, and you collect them. When you collect all 4, you trigger an event that brings up a web link or a restart. And that's that! Our last project is a 3D experience. It's gonna be interesting. So, my biggest thing this month was getting to do Blaise's Living Line Animation Bootcamp. I was so excited to go, and the event was truly fantastic. I learned so much about animating emotional subtlety and just, wow. The event took place at a hotel, and because I'm a freak, I liked finding the most liminal places of the hotel and just videoed that stuff instead of the fancy Christmas decorations they had already put up. It's not even Thanksgiving yet, ew. The best bit was this huge empty space that was a convention center. It was slowly transformed from empty room to Indian wedding space over the course of 3 days. It was really cool to see, honestly. The building had a lot of offshoot rooms I put my head in. Such good empty vibes. Backrooms vibes. All of the desks in our room were set up with Wacom graphics tablets connected to these tiny Mac computers with a little keyboard. We were also given a sketchbook. It was a really nice setup. Aaron teaches with his business partner Nick, and they have a few tech specialists who help the students if the software goes off the rails. We got to see Aaron's new short film Snow Bear, which he's touring around to festivals this year, and it made me cry. It was just so wholesome and honest. Here's one of the drawings of Glenn the polar bear with his snow bear friend. Aaron was selling some originals, and when I saw this one, I had to get it. I want to hang it up in my art hallway. I love Glenn looking at his friend. It's so good. I didn't record anything of the panel because that's all Aaron's stuff, and he has his own crew, so I wanted to be respectful. However, I did record my project and how it changed based on Aaron's advice. So our task was to animate a change in emotion. Aaron used one of the shots in Snow Bear for an example and told us to structure the shot as a mini 3-act structure. So you have the setup, inciting incident, and then the result. My shot started like this, with thumbnails and ideas. Then Aaron came by and gave me the advice to just simplify. My character was doing too much. She didn't need to move so much. So I pared it down. He also had us shoot live-action references of ourselves doing the actions in our shots. So I did that with my backpack removal, and shock, it was a huge improvement! Once I had that shrug in, I got all my shots timed out with some advice from Aaron, and here's the final result. I chose a sad subject because I feel like that's harder to nail than a joke, and also, that's who I am as a person. I'm hoping to polish the clip and add it to my portfolio, or at least share it online. I also got an idea of how much time it takes to make a shot like this. For a pro like Aaron, it took 3 days. For me, it would probably take 4. Aaron's thumbnail sketches were so much cleaner because of his drawing skills. I'm definitely not there yet, but watching him create the shot gave me an idea of how someone professional works, and that honestly was invaluable. It was such a good experience. I got to meet a ton of other animators. It was good talking to a pack of humans who knew about multiple animator projects and who brought lackadaisy jackets into the room. Felt like I was amongst my tribe. It was a really good feeling. So yeah, if you ever get the chance to meet Aaron Blaise and his team, do it! They're a bunch of warm, kind humans, and they really love helping people learn to animate or draw or even tell stories. Now I'm home and have to return to my MA work, but what an experience. I've already signed up for another class in January. This one involves story and pitching a story to the audience. I so need the practice for that. So I'm definitely gonna be there. Absolutely check out creatureartteacher.com/live if you want to learn animation or drawing yourself. I'm not sponsored, so this is just a shout out because it was such a good time. And with that, we come to the end of another vlog. Now I have to go work on class stuff and recharge my social batteries. I've learned that I can keep enthusiasm for 2 days, and then after that I become a quiet, sleepy nerd. I also noticed how anxious I am around strangers, and I'm wondering how to fix that. My puppy dog eager to please self takes over, but I do get over it eventually, and I do manage to chill out. I just need processing time, I suppose. Anyway, fare thee well, and stay safe out there.